Hello gamers! I don't really like that term. I don't actually, what do you think like a group of gamers would be called? A gaggle of gamers?
Collection.
A collection?
Collective, yeah.
Okay. Well, our long national nightmare is over. Or is it? More than 200 missing Pokemon are joining the existing Pokemon in Sword and Shield via a recently announced expansion pass. Nintendo and Game Freak announced yesterday a $30 expansion pass that adds Pokemon to Sword and Shield over the course of two major pieces of DLC, the Isle of Armor expansion and the Crown Tundra expansion. Each will have entirely new areas to visit, new Galarian forms and legendaries, and new characters and outfits. So this sounds like everything a Pokefan would want, right? Why are some gamers still crying foul? We have one of our resident Pokemon experts, Janet Garcia, here to explain.
Before we dive into the expansion pass and its effect on Sword and Shield, we have to go over Dexit. Months before the release of Sword and Shield, Game Freak announced that only Pokemon that exist in the Galar regional dex would be eligible for transfer from older games into Pokemon Sword and Shield. For example, Blaziken is currently not in the Galarian dex, so if you had Blaziken and it's been your go-to since Gen 3, you were out of luck if you wanted to bring it into Sword and Shield. This exclusion of hundreds of Pokemon from Sword and Shield had been dubbed Dexit, a riff off of Brexit, which is a portmanteau of the British exit from the European Union, which is the result of something we really don't have time to get into, and it's not important right now, but what is important is to know that a whole bunch of Pokemon that had been transferable from generation to generation suddenly weren't with Sword and Shield. Game Freak explained this by saying they simply didn't have the resources available to model and create all the existing Pokemon for the new game.
That's kind of messed up. But now that it's been a couple of months that Nintendo and Game Freak have announced more Pokemon are coming to Sword and Shield, everyone's happy now, right?
Almost everyone. The expansion pass does not add all previously excluded Mon into Sword and Shield, only 200 or so. That still leaves out more than 200 Pokemon. And the expansion pass is of course $30 on top of having to pay that small fee for Nintendo Switch Online, you know, for doing online trading. So you could make the argument that the game is sticking the new Pokemon behind a paywall, sort of. But there's still lots to be excited for. Free updates happening alongside the expansions will let you trade or transfer using Pokemon Home to get these Pokemon. So even if you don't have these Pokemon at all, you can still get ones from trading with your friends or trying your luck at surprise trade. Plus, this is the first actual DLC in a Pokemon game. And being able to pick up your save data and adventure right where you left off is so much more appealing to me than buying those ultra versions of the game and doing everything all over again. Plus, the content itself is just massive. There are finally a bunch of legendaries to go after, which was one of the biggest issues people had with the endgame. Training is getting even more streamlined with new items like the XP charm. The new sword rival is adorable, and the shield one it's different. It's different. Plus, the fact that the second DLC is dropping in the fall means the game is essentially getting over a year of support, which likely means more Event Gigantamax Pokemon, more mystery codes, and just generally more support for everyone playing. We even got a free Galarian Slowpoke out of this announcement, so yeah, not a bad time to be a Pokemon fan.
Okay, wow, who knew such cute little pocket monsters would cause so much controversy? Anyways, if you have any other questions about Pokemon Sword and Shield, check out our wiki guide for the game. And if you want to grab one of those new Pokemon right now, here's our video on how to grab that Galarian Slowpoke for yourself. No expansion pass needed. For more on Pokemon and everything gaming, keep it right here on IGN.